Hello, boss. Hello. Yeah, hi. I want to talk to you about EIN only, business line of credit for new LLC. And the question is, how do you get a massive amount without income proof? Okay, so that's the question we want to address in today's conversation. I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation, all right? For edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show, how are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about EIN only, business line of credit for a new LLC. How do you get a massive amount without income proof? Okay, so let's say for some reason, your accounting is a little messed up and you have no income proof, but you want to get a large EIN only business line of credit for your new LLC. Well, the first thing I want you to think about is your compliance. So when we talk about compliance, we have a lot of things we have to think about. So you have an LLC. Okay, that's good. But what is the compliance regimen of your LLC? Are you in good standing? Because you need to have a certificate of good standing. If you have an LLC, you need to be registered with the State Department. This is important. Okay, and you need to have articles of organization. Do you have those, boss? Don't sit here telling me I have an LLC, blah 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 blah, but you have none of those things. You got to have them. Do you have a registered agent service? Either you do it yourself or you have to hire someone. So those are the legal implications that are really important when it comes to identifying your business as a legit business. Okay, so you need to have that. And when we talk about LLCs, there are internal requirements and external requirements. What are internal requirements? Well, you need to have proper accounting, because the IRS is coming to audit your ass. They want to make sure you have the right paper trail. I'm talking about everything from bookkeeping all the way to HR management. You got to have those internally. Now, if you are a single member LLC working from your house, then you still need to have at least an accounting regimen. You need to have an accounting process in place that identifies when you get money, when you make sales, to when you make payments, when you have expenses. This is important, okay? So those are internal requirements. Now, obviously, I'm not giving you here an exhaustive list of requirements. I'm just telling you because this will be for another shows, but I'm telling you that there are internal requirements that revolve around accounting, that revolve around articles of organization, bylaws, meeting minutes, resolutions, stock certificates, deeds, and so on. Those are important. Those are legal requirements, okay? And also, when you talk about LLC and LLC compliance, you got to have external requirements, right? So depending on the states you're in, you need to file certain reports with the states, with state authorities. You need to actually take care of payroll tax, property tax, sales and uses tax. You need to think about licenses and permits. Okay, there are a lot of things you need to take care of, and you need to have a registered agent service, or you do it yourself. But we would recommend that you have a registered agent service for privacy purposes. So this is important. Compliance is number one, and this is the fundamental thing here. Very important. Number two, boss, your financials. So you see, when we talk about no income proof loans, this doesn't mean no documentation at all. No, you want to provide, when available, other substitute documents to the lender so that he or she can evaluate your LLC's performance and financial situation. Okay, remember that income is just only one criterion of the overall equation. Boss, I'm talking to you. Father, I'm talking to you. Mother, I'm talking to you. You, the entrepreneur, you, the business owner. You're listening to me right now. I want you to really pay attention to this. You got to have the right financials. When we talk about income proof, this doesn't mean no financial statements at all. No, you got to have a balance sheet, because if you have a new LLC, you probably have projected data, right? If you don't have no income statement, you better have a balance sheet. You better have a cash flow statements. Yeah, your cash inflows and cash outflows. Let's talk about that, right? You need to have a bank statements, a business bank account. You need to have those. Those are minimum. Okay, those are minimum. If you really want to show the whole world and the lender in particular that you have a legit LLC, you need to have a business bank account. Talk to me about business tax returns. Have you filed your first 1065 yet? Have you filed your first 1120 S? Those are important. Okay. So the thing is, if you're an LLC, you can only file a 1065 or 1040. By the way, my bad. So if you are an LLC, you can make the election to be taxed as an individual. In which case, if you are a single member LLC, you can file your 1040. Or if you are a partnership from the IRS's perspective, you can be taxed as a 1065. Okay. But my point is that you need to have those. Okay. What about your credit card sales statements? Do you have those? If you accept credit cards in your business, you need to have periodically credit card sales statement. So I'm telling you, boss, the picture I'm trying to paint to you right now is to start getting serious, if you haven't already, about your financials. Okay. No income proof doesn't mean no financial statement at all. Okay. And also, you might have to provide your top 10 largest customers. The lender might want to see that. Who are those customers that are providing 80% of your income, of your revenue? You probably heard about the principle called the Pareto principle, right? 80-20. So 20% of your customers contribute 80% of your income. So the Pareto is called Pareto. P-A-R-E-T. I don't know if I think it's T-O, yeah. Or double T. I think it's T-O. But that's the bottom line here. So you need to show some kind of financial statements to the lender. Number 3, sister, I want you to listen to me right now. You gotta take care of your business plan. Oh yeah. If you want to get an EIN only business line of credit for a new LLC and you want to get a massive amount without income proof, you better start showing some business plan. And I'm not talking about a cheap ass business plan. No. I'm talking about a solid business plan. A business plan that has all the important components, okay? Because remember, a business plan is essential for the inception, growth, and overall success of your company. And on this show, we like to call it the trifecta of a business plan. You need to talk about the past, the present, and the future. Those 3 things are important to sort of lay out a strong connection in your business, okay? And it's important because not just vis-a-vis the lender, for yourself. Because a business plan is an eye-opener, really. And business plans are important not only for the investors, for yourself, but also for regulators, for tax auditors. People want to have a clear idea what your business is about. Yeah. So business plans are very important for several reasons, okay? And you're able also to use a business plan to reach your goals. It is a plan. It is a formula for success, okay? And the thing here is that people want to see the viability of your company. So when we talk about business plan, there are 10 essential components of a business plan. So you will have the executive summary, the business description, market analysis and strategy. This is important. Marketing and sales plan. This marketing and sales plan is important because that's what's going to generate the revenue. So you will have to really be strategic here. You also have competitive analysis. In other words, you analyze the industry. You want to see the pros and cons. The SWOT analysis is called SWOT analysis. So you have the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So you basically are having a bird's eye view of your business, bird's eye view of your industry. So you know exactly who is what, who are the big players, who are the small players, and where and how you fit in all that sort of, jumbo mumbo. Okay. And you have to think about your management and organization description, product and services description, an operating plan. You also have to think about your financial projections and needs. Yeah. This is where you actually put the use of loan proceeds. So if the use of loan proceeds or the use of line of credit proceeds, whatever it is, you need to have the money for it, right? And you have to also put exhibits and appendices. So this is really important. So I'm giving you all this because I don't want you to write a very cheap ass business loan. I want you to have a solid business plan that every lender can read and say, hey, this is some good work. The third thing you need to do, fourth thing, you need to find lenders that provide EIN only large EIN only business line of credit for new LLCs. Because you don't have a lot of them though. I mean, this is a small niche of lenders that will want to take that risk because it is a risk. If you're a new LLC and you have a no income, I mean, you have income but you cannot prove it, it's a risk for them. But there are some lenders that will actually take care of you. So you want to find those lenders. Obviously, I'm going to give you a few here, but the bottom line is that there are a lot of them there. And one that we love is Funding Pilot. With Funding Pilot, you can borrow from $5,000 to $250,000, no income verification, no financial documentation, all industries are eligible, and you have 0% interest for the first 6 to 24 months. This is really good. Think about that. 0% interest for the first 6 to 24 months. And this Funding Pilot is startup friendly. This is really good. So we really love Funding Pilots. We also have another one that I want to share with you. It's called Clarify Capital. So with Clarify Capital, they have a no doc business loans. So they have a quick approval process, same day business loans available, bad credit scores accepted, minimal paperwork requirements. They have a no doc business line of credit that goes the line amount is $750,000 maximum, $750,000. You can get funded within 24 to 48 hours. APR can go as low as 6%. No prepayment penalties, and this actually is really good because with Clarify Capital, you can build up your credit rating. So this is really good. We love Clarify Capital. And you have another player. They're called Startup Business Lenders. And here they also have a Startup Business Credit Lines EIN only with no income proof. And here you are looking at $5,000 to $250,000, 0% APR for the first 6 to 24 months. No collateral required, so this is unsecured. Co-signers are allowed. No income documentation, no upfront fees. So this is really good. And with the startup business lenders, things work this way. So you apply online. It takes about 5 minutes. So you fill out a form, blah 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 blah, and you send it to them, and you will hear from them. You basically will hear from them within 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, and you can get a decision within 10 minutes afterwards. And after you do that, you just get funded. It's very good. And they also have business credit lines, okay? And they have low interest rates, no collateral, unsecured. You can get funding in as little as 15 days. No restriction on use, no doc or full doc, and lines will not report to your personal credit bureau. So that's good. This is EIN only. The fifth thing I want you to do is to start paying attention to your business FICO score. I mean, there's nothing called business FICO, but your business score. And this is important, okay? And it's about time we had a conversation about business credit score, because everybody just jumps around thinking about, oh, my personal FICO, I want to be in the 700 categories. Hey. If you want to apply for an EIN only large business line of credit for your new LLC, you better start thinking about building your business credit, because EIN means your business credit, your business's credit, not your personal credit. Because the whole thing is you want to segregate your personal FICO score from your business credit score. And that should be the goal anyway, because you want to preserve your personal assets just in case stuff happens, okay? And you need to understand that there are a lot of ways you need to do this, but there is a strategy you need to have. You need to have a plan. You got to have a plan. And the plan should start with you establishing a DUNS number, okay? A number with Dun and Bradstreet, so that you are registered. So if anybody checks you out, they know the business is legit. Your LLC, your new LLC is legit. Okay, and after that, you have to go through the process with Dun and Bradstreet. You have to report some data yourself. Yes, there's something called self-reporting. Okay, and then you have to start getting you have to do the same thing with Experian, with Equifax, and then you need to start the whole process of getting net 30 vendors, getting business credit cards, and the whole 9 yards. It's all about having a plan. I'm teaching you here a formula. You need to codify things. You need to have a code, a formula, a plan, something that helps you establish business credit and we have covered this on other shows, but you need to have a business credit score. And the thing here is that if talking about EIN only, we are talking about business credit score, but you need to actually think about that before the loan application. So how do you establish and build business credit? Among other things, make sure your business is legally registered, your LLC, okay? And you want to incorporate and you want to form an LLC and get a federal employer identification number, get a business credit card and a business bank account. You want to work with vendors that report payments to the business credit bureaus. We have covered this on other shows. You want to pay on time, or better yet, early. And you want to check on your scores regularly. Okay. And how do you see your business credit scores? You can contact Dun & Bradstreet directly. So because Dun & Bradstreet, the DNB, they have a Paydex score. Okay. You can contact also Equifax. You can go to Experian. Okay. So you have a lot of ways to check your business credit score. You might have to pay for it though. Unlike your personal credit score, those business credit scores are not always available for free. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation today about large business line of credit, EIN only. Okay, how do you get a massive amount without income proof for your new LLC? So, step number 6, you need to study the line of credit conditions. So, any business line of credit has some conditions. They have some requirements, and it's important for you to really have a clear idea of what those requirements are. Okay, so you want to study them. It depends on the lender, but study them properly. Sometimes they will ask you for the annual revenue. They might have a criterion around annual revenue, time in business, collateral, current debt schedule, and basic personal and business information. If you don't want to go the EIN route, they will ask you for your personal credit score. Okay, this is important, and you have to understand. So when we talk about business line of credit requirements, you need a few things to qualify for the line of credit. So as I said before, if you don't want to do the EIN only option, then they will ask for your personal credit score. But if you do the EIN only version, they don't need your personal credit score. They will ask for your annual revenue, and there are a lot of ways to check your annual revenue: through your bank statements, through your balance sheets, your profit and loss statements, through your additional financial documents that you might have to give them, your business and personal tax returns. Yeah, this is important. So, for example, a lender can say, hey, I will accept applications from an LLC that is 3 months old. That is a brand new company. It really depends. In some cases, they might ask you for collateral. Yeah, so we're talking about a large business line of credit, but this could be secured or unsecured. So if they ask you for collateral, then if you have it, provide it. That way you get your line of credit real fast. Okay, there is no problem, and you can even get a lower APR actually. And in some cases, the lender might want to see your current debt schedule. Okay, and this has to do with your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Okay, and they might also ask for basic personal and business information. So I'm talking about EIN, business entity type. This is LLC, of course. Your business licenses or permits, other legal documents and agreements. Okay, and so yeah, this is what it is. Number 7, and this is very important, last but not the least, you need to actually have sales projections. And let me just break it down for you. See, if you are a new LLC, you have no revenue, no proof of income. You are just brand new, right? You have not started operating already. So the only thing that can convince a lender to give you money is if you have a strong sales projections, if you have strong financial forecasts. In other words, you're able to show the lender that, hey, listen, I might be new, but I'm kicking ass here. I'm ready to kick ass. So this is why you want to have sales forecasting, because sales forecasting is really important, because sales projections help you identify goals. They allow you to plan. Yeah. They help inform lenders and investors about your business. They let you improve your sales process. Okay. And then they can actually improve company morale. Because if people have goals they have to strive for, think about the morale. The morale will just go up because they have a quota, they have a goal they wanna reach, and this is really good. So it's really important to really be really clear about your sales forecasting process. Okay, and you can do it several ways. There are several forecasting techniques. This is not a discussion about those techniques, but I could just tell you, you have top-down sales forecasting. You have bottom-up sales forecasting. You have qualitative sales forecasting, depending on the industry you're in. You have quantitative sales forecasting. Okay, so those are really, really important. And the thing is that sales forecasting doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens in a context. Okay, and there are certain factors that can impact your sales forecast. That's for sure. That's for sure. Things like market conditions. Yeah. Product updates. Yeah. Seasons. If we're talking about seasonality or cyclicality, you got to take that into account. Your marketing efforts will also have an impact on your sales projections. Regulatory changes, the number of employees you have, internal policy changes. This is important, especially if you're a new LLC. Things are constantly dynamic. Things change all the time. Yeah. Or territory shifts. Okay, if you start working in one geography and then you have to move to another geography, there is a territory shift here. Okay, so be very clear about your sales forecast, because there are some, if you have inaccurate forecast, there are a lot of, there could be problems. In other words, you might be actually accused of falsifying financial information on a loan application, and which is an offense, which could lead to jail time, and nobody wants that. So you don't want to overpromise on raising budgets, investment, and salaries. You don't want to overestimate your revenue. You don't want to underestimate your expenses, and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for your attention, boss. I really appreciate it. And today I was talking to you about EIN only, business line of credit for new LLC, how to get a massive amount without income proof. Number one, take care of compliance. Number two, take care of financials. Number three, have a solid business plan. Number four, know the lenders that will actually lend to this kind of, that will give you EIN only, business line of credit without income proof. Number five, know your business score, credit score, that is. Number six, learn the line of credit requirements. And number seven, take care of your sales projections. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.